Hey y'all, hey. My name is Jay Sean Cachet, and y'all know I'm here to stay.
Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it. Let them know.
Alright y'all, we're gonna jump right into this video. So today is a story time. Now I'm gonna give a whole nother video on like just the life stuff that was going on at that time as to why like I took this situation so personal at the end of the day. So story time of the day is I had rendered services, and for those of y'all who don't know, your girl is a licensed nail technician and has been for 2 years now. And August will actually be 3 years that I've been doing nails. So yeah, this story time is basically about me rendering services to one of my husband's friends' girlfriends, now ex-girlfriend, all shade no tea. And y'all, she did not pay me. So like, here was the deal. I had like kind of took a pause on doing nails for a minute, stuff like that, because it was like so much going on in life, right? But I was getting back into it at the time, and then my sister had texted me and asked me about booking her appointment because she had some stuff coming up, and she was like, let me just go ahead and put mine in, so you know, basically I won't interrupt your flow when you start back picking up clients. So y'all, this was what, January time frame, and so basically the girl birthday was coming up, and she was like, oh, how much you'll charge me for some like, you know, just to paint my toes, not a full pedicure, and for some nails. Now mind you, she already said she was kind of balling on a budget, so I'm like, cool. I got a service called Baddie on a Budget, where I take some press-on nails, hit it with a little clear acrylic on top, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? Top coat, that's it. I was charging $40 for that for a medium, and you know, 34 is short. You know, I had my prices set up. So I told her what the price was, and then she asked me if I know how to do hair. I was like, yeah. Hold on real quick, y'all. My bad, y'all. So, like I was saying, she had asked me for my, like, you know, what all I charge her for her nails, and then she also asked me if I knew how to do hair, and I'm like, yeah. So I long story short, we ended up chopping it up, and she wanted a quick weave. She had already had the hair. So I told her what I would charge her for a quick weave. So y'all, I painted her toes, no pedicure, but painted her toes, and then I turned around and I had also, like I said, did her hair. And basically, you know, our husbands do the same thing. My husband's a musician, for those of y'all that don't know, and he also is kind of getting his feet wet in the food business or whatever. So, long story short, she kind of hit me with the, oh, can I pay you this weekend, da 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 da, based off of, like, basically he was supposed to pay me. So now that's after a few days of excuses of you saying, okay, I'm gonna pay you. Okay, backtrack. It went from, I'm gonna pay you, say today's Sunday, okay, I'm gonna pay you Wednesday. It turned into that to, oh, I'm waiting for money from this and this, that, and the third. And then when she peeped that I was, you know, I knew she was bullshit, that's when she basically tried to go off the strength of like, oh, well, basically our men know each other, so I'll just have him give it to you when he get paid this weekend. And I'm like, all right, cool. At this point, like 2 weeks of you BSing me, I really just want my bread, you know, like, cause y'all, if you know my story, or if you've been here for a while, if you was following me before I even started doing YouTube, then you know, like, your girl really been making money online for almost 10 years. So being that I decided to do nails, it's like, okay, you knew better than being this nice. Like, when it come to business, you're supposed to be kind, meaning you carry yourself with etiquette, decorum, your personality, your aura, all that speak for itself with how you handle yourself when it come to business. But at the end of the day, when it come to your money, when it come to your prices, like, do not budge. And I mean do not budge. If you feel like doing a giveaway or a sale or something like that, that's one thing. But like, for real, she had me hot, y'all. Like, that's when my husband started kind of like picking up on my energy, because I wasn't saying nothing. Like, I was really trying to keep it cool between the women, but now, bro, you got me effed up. Like, now that country, I don't give a side is starting to show. And in business, that, like, that side of things is never supposed to come into business. But depending on who you do business with, it can come with what you don't want to deal with. So all business owners should know, all money not good money. So y'all, in the process of all of this happening, my husband ended up talking to her, you know, dude, because they cool or whatever the case may be, and they both musicians, so it was more of an understanding. But then he basically tells me, oh, when she get money in her hand, she don't do what she supposed to do with it. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, what the fuck that got to do with me? You know, like, again, I'm already getting irritated and hot-headed at this point. So now I'm really hot. Like, all right, cool. So then my husband ends up going out of town. Things with that just was horrible. Did not work out. And they end up pulling up over here. But because my husband wasn't home, they pulled up for somebody else in the neighborhood. And my mama just so happened to be in town, y'all, to come get the kids. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, it took the life out of me when I seen that car pull up not to go. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna take it there. And I called my husband and I'm like, I'm letting you know I'm finna step outside and put the work on her, and I'm going about my business. Like, all hands laid, debts paid. I ain't, no. And he like, babe, no, I'm not there. Then if anything go wrong, da-da-da-da-da. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm really not worried about that part. But then again, my mama was here too, and my little brother was with her, but he 18, so he not like, you know, a kid that we putting in a bad situation. So in my mind, I'm like, bro, I'm good. But at the same time, as a wife, I had to understand my husband's perspective and, you know, his protection, despite his presence being there in that moment. So it was just, y'all, when I say I was so motherfucking torn, like, I was so motherfucking mad. And this is why I say, be kind when it comes to business. Like, stand your ground, do not play, because at the end of the day, your prices are your prices, and your clientele is going to pay your prices. Like, the way you handle yourself in business will also attract the type of clientele that you want. Like, you're gonna attract, hopefully, people like you. And I try to do business well, and I know all money ain't good money, so I use my discernment, my intuition, and I really consult with God when it comes to my business. But it was so much going on in my personal life, y'all. Shawty really, y'all, baby girl really took me there. Like, when I say mad than a mug, I mean mad than a mug, bro. Like, whoo. Y'all, my mama was even looking at me like, nah, for real. Like, my mama did not know. Actually, my mama did know what was going on. The thing was, neither one of us expected them to pull up over here, especially being that my cousin was not here. So, not cousin, y'all, my husband. See, I'm talking too fast. But yes, like, that's my story time for today, y'all. No matter what service provider, or if you're selling products, it don't matter what it is. Like, do not let people play with you. Be mindful of the type of clientele that you attract. So the law of attraction is real. But yeah, y'all, that's my story time. Like, it's been a minute since I really had to, you know, get in there with y'all, it's been a long time, because it's no telling how that situation would have went. And no. And I got kids too. Regardless of if my kids home, you no shit where you sleep. So with that being said, I really had to think about what I was doing and how I was moving. And because of this situation, I'm gonna let y'all know in another video how I decided to reroute and rebrand myself as a businesswoman as a whole. Your girl is multifaceted, so y'all are gonna get a lot of content, lifestyle, business, mom, like just the whole, you know, the whole shebang. Like I really gotta put back into myself, because when I say this last season, y'all, it really tested your girl. Like it truly tested your girl. But God kept me. I did not do anything wrong, and I'm not in jail. So with that being said, y'all, thank you for watching the video this far. I got more content coming like this, hopefully. Well, not hopefully, but I'm gonna do my best not to allow the devil's tactics to get to me, because y'all, he almost got me with that one. But my God is awesome. As I stated, thank you guys so much for watching. And as y'all know, my name is Jay Sean Cachet, and y'all know I'm here to stay.